Yes, you're now tuned into another episode of the Blackballed Sports Podcast. The season is finally here. Sam, man, gotta wait a couple more days,
Man.
but it don't matter, man. You
I
know
don't.
it's here. It's
Yeah,
here
man.
now. How
Yeah,
you
it's here.
feeling?
It felt good, man. I'm glad that football's back. You know what I mean? The game yesterday was the perfect way to introduce the season. Sure, we're gonna get into it in depth, probably all we talk about today, and that's fine. Tonight we got a good game. I'm looking forward to seeing that on YouTube TV, and then hey, man, we here. We here. It's Friday before Sunday, man. So we in there. I'm excited, but yeah, let's talk some ball, man. Let's talk about the game.
Yeah, let's start from the beginning, man. The spit incident, and it's
Man.
crazy because I'm trying to, when you got YouTube TV, you got it takes a minute to to click in, and then I'm like, I click in, I'm like a little delayed, and he gets ejected. I'm like, what the fuck for?
Well.
And then it's just like he spits on him, whatever the case may be. And it's like, it's just a boneheaded move, whatever the case may be. Then they put out video of Dak spitting in his direction. Still, you got to have a little bit more restraint. As much as I say fuck the Cowboys and fuck Dak, you can't be spitting on people. You just can't do that, man. And it hurts a guy like this who had a lot of controversy coming out. College, and they want to paint him into this corner now. You know what I mean? You giving him the ammunition to say he's uncontrollable, he's a monster, he's spitting on people. I can't imagine what WIP is saying this morning. And I know Washington, everybody kind of has a station like WIP. You know what I mean? That is going to trash your team no matter what, and is looking for negative things, you know what I mean, to say. So get him out of here. Oh, he's a monster. He can't control all this bullshit. But hopefully it's just an isolated incident, and we missed him dearly. Last night almost didn't fuck around and cost us the game. You know what I mean? Because he's a guy that you got to definitely put two bodies on, and we just don't have he's the anchor of the defense. It just is what it is. So good thing we was able to weather the storm and get out of there with a W. But what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I'll talk about the spitting incident first. So it's crazy because I was just getting out of work. I was done at 8:30. I think the game started at 8:20. So I'm walking to my car. I got it on Peacock on my phone. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, all right, kickoff's about to start. I get in the car, turn my car on, and I'm like, they saying Jalen Carter's ejected. I'm like, eject the fuck? They didn't even play yet. What did he get ejected? It's crazy. Did they even run a play yet? And I'm like, all right, they had kickoff. He don't play kickoff. How the hell did he get ejected? So then clearly, obviously, we see him spit on Dak, and that took me back immediately to my boy. Rest in peace.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you remember, but back in 2005, we were playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the wild card game, and Sean Taylor walked back and spit right in Michael Pittman's face. And it wasn't.
I don't remember that.
It wasn't what Jalen Carter did yesterday. He right in that motherfucker's face. He got punched into Michael Pittman immediately punched him. Nothing happened to Michael Pittman, but Sean Taylor got ejected. And like you said with Jalen Carter, Sean Taylor kind of came into the league with a past, came into the league with a little bit of a reputation. And they were even talking about that spitting incident the day of that man's death.
Oh, come on.
But they were trying to kind of correlate, okay, this is why somebody like this dies. You see what he did on the field? You see this? You see that? So unfortunately, I feel like this, when you talk about what happened in Georgia and college, and you talk about what happened yesterday, they're going to try to paint this man as to being something that he probably really isn't. It pissed me off because obviously later on you see Dak kind of push the situation, agitate the situation. Now look, when you look at a man and you spit on the ground and you look him in his eye, that's a sign of disrespect. Any man knows that. Our grandfather knew that. That was a sign of disrespect a long time ago. And it's basically the equivalent of a man looking you in the face and saying SMD. SMD. And if you was in the street and somebody would say SMD or spit on the ground in your direction, you would handle that in a different way. But Jalen Carter was in a perfect situation. It's like, you can handle that for 60 minutes, bro. You got this offensive guard that's a rookie that is scared to death looking across from you. And you probably took his lunch the entire game. Instead, you'll let the emotions get the best of you. You made a bad mistake, man, and it damn near cost your team a victory, an important victory, because, we were talking last week or even earlier in the week about how it was one game. You don't want to get too caught up in the first game and anything like that. But that game was important, man, because one, it was a divisional game. Two, it was a divisional game. It was a conference game and a divisional game. And you never know what that's going to be like or how things are going to turn out at the end. So I think the NFL, as much as I was upset early on about there being divisional games so early, I think it's kind of dope because it sets a little bit of a different precedent on how important that game is. The game tonight is going to be important. AFC West. Yesterday's game was very important, more so even for Dallas than anything. And I'll get into why I feel that way in a minute. But man, as far as the spitting incident, I hate that he did it. He's obviously the best player on that defense, and it definitely hurt your defense yesterday. Damn near cost you the game. Do you think that it's going to cost him a couple games? Now that we kind of everything is the smoke is settled, do you think that this ends up costing Jalen Carter a couple games?
I hope not.
Yeah,
I really hope not. It might. It could. Especially because of the backlash that it's getting.
Yeah,
that it was on like national TV and all of that. But I really hope not. Maybe I'm thinking maybe one, which is a pivotal game.
Yeah.
Like you said, like even last year, like we played Green Bay, it was close. And we pulled away at the end. So these it tends to be like that. These first games, you never know. Every team, and I told people about the Cowboys. Like I told you, like them boys are still going. But Dak can still play. I kept saying that shit all off season. People think they're just going to lay down. Hell no, they're going to be a good team this year. I think they're going to be about. I said 9-10 wins. You know what I mean? So, Dak is back. They got CD Pickens. CD went wild last night. Pickens, the defense looked decent, formidable, so it's going to be a tough division, fight this year. I don't think any team is going to just lay down. I think even the Giants is going to be scrappy, this year too. So, but it's early. And like I said, that first game, usually I think a lot of teams lose that first game.
Yeah.
But we still found a way to win it. And that's all that matters, because later on in the year, when we had to play Green Bay in the playoff, we wasn't worried about how we beat them, how it was up with like 2-3 minutes left. We had to come back and win that game, whatever it was. You just get the W. You worry about just like y'all when y'all beat Chicago. You ain't worried about. We could talk about it and say, "Oh, y'all should have lost," but you still got the W.
Right.
They didn't finish the job, so Dallas had a chance to finish it. They didn't finish the job, so we got some tighten up to do. We understand what we got to do. I think we'll get it done.
Yeah, I seen that Dallas missed a golden opportunity yesterday, man. Dak played his ass. Dak played the best ball he played yesterday that he's played in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
He played the best game he played clearly anything than last year. And the year before that, he was on one. But this was the best game he's had in 2 years. Dak was on one. His CeeDee Lamb was on one early. He didn't do too well at the end. Them 3 drops were terrible. You know what I mean? Because I think Dak put them balls right where they should have been. And he should have caught him point blank clarity, and he didn't. I think your defense, when you look at your hold on. Matter of fact, let me go to your offense real quick, because I know a lot of people are going to cause a lot of controversy on AJ Brown only getting 1 catch and all this shit. That's on your offensive coordinator, and I'm curious to see. I know it was his first game, to see how he does, because it was a lot of times they were starting to stack, especially after the delay. They were stacking the box 8-9 men deep. And I really wish y'all would have tested that secondary a little more, because I don't think they're as good as people are trying to give them off to be. I think they could be tested, and I'm not about to go watch the tape or anything like that to see why, but I really feel like I really wish your offensive coordinator would have tested them fucking cornerbacks a little more, especially when they started stacking the box and trying to take Saquon out the game. It's like, okay, you want to take Saquon out the game? Typically, when you see 8-9 men in the box against Philly, you start seeing those over the top with AJ. Start seeing those over the top with Devontae. Didn't see it yesterday, and
you saw it with Jahan, though.
Oh yeah, but that's what Jahan do, and I'm glad for him. Good job, Jahan.
Yeah. Nah, that's true though. That's true. Yeah, early on in the game, the way they was playing, I think they was playing man, so Jalen was running a lot,
killing them.
But the adjustments that they made, at the end was good. I think they started playing zone in the back, and like I said, I said the offensive coordinator, that's gonna be a question. The cornerback. Those were the big issues last night. So we got to tighten those areas up. This is this guy's first game, calling his first game.
Yeah.
I don't think he did horrible. It was a little conservative at times. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts, man, he put the team on his back. Him and Dak was going back and forth. Dak, he put his team in position to win. I mean, Quinyon should have caught that interception. Yep. But that's another thing. But still, after that, he put his team in position to win. So maybe Jalen would have had another chance to go back down and score, after that. Who knows? But it was a duel with 2 of the top quarterbacks in the NFC. That's why I was trying to tell people, like, I'm not going to put Jaden Daniels over Dak Prescott right now because of his history. Now, if Jaden comes out have another good year and he beats Dak head up, then yeah, I'll put Jaden above him. But they haven't even played yet, have they?
Nah, not against each other. No.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you got. I kept telling people about this motherfucking Dak, man. He always gets, and he was just. We should have sacked him. We ain't sack him. I'm like, we gonna get that second game. We gonna get his ass though. Watch. Wait till Jalen Carter come back.
Dak can't run, man. It was a couple times. I'm like, yo, take off. And he either he don't want to or he just can't. Even at that one time, y'all had him dead to rights, and I think he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he had like 5 or 6 yards on that play. He's slow as fucking dirt. He is not fast. But in that pocket, man, the dude is cerebral. And if you give him time, he will hurt you. And he kind of showed that you guys are lacking in the secondary, but also, and this has to be said, and I'm gonna wait to reserve judgment on your secondary. Jalen Carter makes a difference.
Fuck yeah, he would have got through. He was getting through.
If Jalen Carter's getting pressure on that tight end, we don't really get to see some of the things that you had going on in the secondary. That's why you guys were so good last year. That's why the compliments were so crazy last year, because you brought 4, then 4 got home. Secondary did their job. It was a perfect balance. When you don't get home and you got, you know what I mean, shit in the secondary, you start seeing shit get exposed. That's football. So Jalen Carter won't be out for the rest of the season. He'll be in there. So I'm going to wait to reserve judgment on how your defense looks. What about
at the end of the game, though? They started getting a little pressure. They started stunting a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It started, I don't think we got to him, but we forced a couple passes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
I noticed 2 things, and I want to get your thoughts on these 2 things. One on offense, one on defense. Defensively for y'all, I felt like y'all missed CJ Gardner-Johnson's energy and that mystique. He brings a little bit of an edge to that defense that I felt like wasn't there yesterday. Maybe it was Jalen Carter, but I felt like CJ Gardner-Johnson was missed yesterday. And is Jordan Mailata, what's up with him? Because he felt like he was off yesterday to me. Felt like he just, I don't know. It just felt like he was maybe laboring or something was off with him. What do you think about
like I said, when you don't play in the first, you don't play at all, you're going to have, missteps. Like the Eagles team that we seen at the end of last year, it wasn't the same Eagles team in the beginning of the year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take time to put it together. I never expected them to come out and be Super Bowl champions the first game of the year.
Right.
I knew we just won the Super Bowl, so we lost a hell of a lot of players. We weren't able to really replenish our roster. And that's why I wasn't big on like a repeat or nothing like that. Because when you lose that many pieces of your roster, it's very hard.
Yeah.
To go back. I was like, maybe we need to focus on maybe the year after or maybe the year after that, where we can kind of put some pieces back in place. Josh Sweat, Darius Slay, which is I told you about Darius Slay.
Makes a hell of a
Milton
difference.
Williams in the middle.
Yep.
CJ Gardner-Johnson, which I think we'll be able to get over that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At some point. It's a different year, man. So it's going to take, some time. Everybody had a whole off season to key on Saquon Barkley, trying to stop him. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that matters is the win, and we got to try to clean things up. We know we got hard schedules. It's going to be some tough games, So, Jordan Mailata didn't have a good game yesterday. He didn't really have a good game. Dallas is a good team. I don't know why people thought they was going to go 0-14. It's a division rivalry. They didn't have their quarterback last year. Right. Anytime Dak played us, he played good. So I already knew it was going to be this type of game. We probably should have won by 2 scores, but it didn't happen that way, But even last year, we won some games like this. Every game wasn't, blowouts. Right. We had some shitty, trashy games, but we found a way, to win them. I could think of a few. Baltimore, Carolina, Cleveland.
That first game against us, I mean, y'all, it was tight up until last 2 or 3 minutes when y'all pulled away. That was a tight-ass game, that first game.
Exactly. And the same thing happened, it was a fumble. Even when we was playing the Rams in the playoff, they was going down to score. Jalen Carter knocks it out. So every game is not going to be like on the road to the Super Bowl. It's not just blow every team out. Everybody can't be the Detroit Lions and then get to the playoffs and choke.
Right.
You know what I mean? But not saying it's issues, but we're gonna see how all the other teams look too, and what issues they got too in the first week of the season.
Yeah, it's 1 week. Like I said, you can't put too much stock in week 1. Neither team will look the same the next time they play. But the game was so important, and that's why it doesn't okay. I want to blow the Giants out on Sunday. I do. The way they talking shit, I want to blow them out so bad.
I heard that.
I want to blow them out so bad. But if we win 13-11 with a walk-off field goal, does it matter? Hell no, it doesn't matter because we got the win. And that's all that matters. The same thing with them. They don't give a fuck if they have a walk-off field goal or walk-off safety to win a game. You want to win the game. And that game is so important come the end of the year because you just said you think the Dallas can win 8, 9, 10 games this year. But what if they win 8 and they should have won 9 and that 9 could get them in the playoffs? So what if they win 9 and that 10th one could have got them the division? That shit matters. Week 1 definitely matters for that. So working out the kinks and all that, everyone's going to do it. But at the end of the day, you want to grab the dub. The Eagles did it. Man, and yeah, it is.
And let's talk about some of the penalties too, like the taunt and shit. A lot of the shit they got last night was off some bonehead shit too.
Yeah,
I mean they earned some things too, but like, what is this taunting shit? Like, come on, man. I get it, I understand it. That's the rules. And then even the one where he hit him in the helmet. Like, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, goddamn.
What is he supposed to do?
Right.
You understand that, like, okay, as a Cowboys fan, I'm throwing that flag all day. Where the flag? Where the flag? Where the flag? But it's like, what are you supposed to do? And top of the fact, dude should have caught the ball. He didn't get, like, I don't know, whatever.
They had a lot of drops. They had a lot
of drops. You guys bailed them out so much with some of them boneheaded ass penalties, and even the taunting penalty. It seems ticky tack, but all right, first game of the season. That's what the NFL's doing. I hope all them other teams saw it. Get the fuck away from these players and get back in the huddle and do your thing, because they will call that shit. They're going to call it this year. They're going to be a little more ticky-tack. So we got to be mindful of that, man. And I think even those undisciplined things, that shit will get cleaned up too. I don't think it'll be a chronic issue. But we've seen what they're doing. So, all right, you got to play accordingly, because these refs ain't playing around this season.
I hate it.
Me too.
I hate it. Even they missed a lot of holding calls. We seen that. I mean, that's just, they want to do everything else. They want to have the measurements and let that be electronic. Why don't they go back and review everything then? If we're going to do that, go back to the camera and look at holding, look at this, look at that, look at all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
The stupid thing is you got somebody in New York doing that. And instead of them fixing a call right there where it won't even affect time, like somebody could buzz down to the main referee, hey, won't you take 30 seconds? There was a holding on 68. Blah, blah, blah. All right, yeah. Hold, you know what I mean? If we're going to do that, you won't even take much time. If they're watching every fucking play, they just choose what play they're going to decide to do and what they ain't. And that's stupid. It's not fair, man. And it's not fair for anybody, no matter what team it is. It's whack. But hey, we still going to watch this shit. And yesterday was still a damn good game. What do you think about the delay? Did the delay affect you guys at all? I think the delay affected both.
Yeah.
A lot.
I think it affected us because we had that momentum after that fumble.
Yep.
I think we go down and score with that momentum that we had. You know what I'm saying? So that affected stuff. I don't know how he ain't score. How he ain't.
That kind of game-saving or touchdown-saving tackle, boy. Because Dak was only one his way.
I know. Dude didn't block him. Like,
right.
Nigga, blocking. But, you know, that delay, that you know, it was horrible, man. But sometimes you got to get them like this. You know, if we hit stride, you know, 6-7 weeks, we ain't going to be talking about this shit no more. If we 6-1, 7-1 and looking good, we can be like, man, all right, shit, that should look like that. You know, but we got another team next week that's going to give us a lot of issues with the Kansas City Chiefs. I picked us to lose that game, you know, anyway. But you know, we got to go back. We got a lot of time. One thing I didn't account though is the time we're going to have to prepare. Kansas City will too, but we got an extra day on them. You know what I mean? That might put us over the edge. We'll see. That might put us over the edge. So, you know, I can't wait to see how things look. We just came off Super Bowl, man. You know, it's hard. Everybody can't do what Kansas City did and go 15-1 and all that shit. It's going to be a little different this year, I think. But I think we're going to eventually, you know, Jahad Campbell looked good last night at times. Makuba, you know, so it's, you know, it's going to come together. We got our team's young too, bro. We got a lot of young guys, a lot of rookies, so it's going to take time, bro. Don't expect the same Eagles team at the end of last year. Right now, like even last year, if y'all played us in the beginning of the year, y'all probably beat us. Watch it, like early on when y'all was on y'all streak.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Let me ask, did Jahad Campbell cause that fumble yesterday from your boy? Oh, Miles Sanders fumbling ass.
No, I know.
Oh,
he's slow too. How you let linebacker catch you?
I don't know. The dude, I don't know. I forgot the dude's name that was carrying the ball that scored their first 2 touchdowns. Why do you not give him? What are y'all doing? That's stupid shit.
I think because Miles is more of a home run hitter, maybe. I guess
not anymore, man. With y'all, he was. He ain't been a home run hitter in fucking 4 years.
That's a shame,
man. What do we do? But that fumble, that was the game because they were driving. You know what I mean? That was the game right there. So it's like all these little nuanced things that go into football that matter so much. That's why I love this game, man. That's why I love this shit. That's why I love this game. I was so intent on watching everything yesterday. 2 division rivals. Got my eyes scoped on both of them. 2 teams we got to beat in the division. Good ass football, man. It was some fun stuff. I'm gonna be watching the game and enjoying it, but I won't have his eyes as close as I did yesterday. Boy, that shit was fun, man. It was
So
fun.
does it change your outlook about Dallas without Micah? I think it looked pretty good without Micah. And now if they would have had Micah, though, this was making them look crazy. If they would have had Micah, they fucking around be a Super Bowl contender if everybody stays healthy. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
They had Micah.
Micah might have been the reason why they didn't win yesterday, because where was their pass rush? I mean, okay, they started getting it toward the end. Like when they started doing stunts and moves and stuff, they were getting it. But when they like to traditionally bring 4 like they did last year with Micah there, his first step getting off. Could you imagine him yesterday against Jordan Mailata not playing the best? That might have been scary. That might have been fucking scary.
Fumble or something. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of the fact that people don't give Micah enough credit for how good of a run. He knows how to set an edge. A lot of people last year in the NFC Championship, the first play of the game, the first play of y'all offensive series, y'all run that sweep to Saquon, and he takes off for a touchdown. Well, the defensive end on that play did not set a good edge. His name is Dante Fowler Jr. You know who defensive edge yesterday was for the Cowboys? Dante Fowler Jr.
Yeah.
He don't set an edge. He does not set an edge. And sometimes he gets undisciplined in the pass game to where he tries to stun inside or tries to get a move. And you got a good tackle, he's going to jam him in there. And that's why even Hurts and them couple of touchdowns had them run lanes clear as day, because that man does not set an edge. Micah sets an edge. So I think you're going to have to see Dallas start blitzing more, start taking more chances, and then that kind of exposes the secondary. It's another reason why when they started doing that shit, I'm looking at your offensive coordinator like, take a shot, and he didn't. So first game of the season, we'll see what happens, but I think Micah not being there is going to hurt Dallas a lot more, and I think it hurts them to the effect of maybe losing another 2 or 3 more games that they could have won if he was there, because I don't think they're going to get much of a pass rush. And if people start canning on some of these blitzes and you got one-on-one on the outside, they're going to start getting hurt on the edges, man. I really think so. But that offense, ain't nothing to fuck with. Dak did not lose him that game yesterday. I think both quarterbacks played exceptional for it to be in the first game of the season. Jalen took everything that the defense gave him. He wasn't undisciplined. He wasn't out there trying to fit a narrative. He went out there and did what he had to do to win the game. That's what you want out of your quarterback. And Dak balled. Dak took a lot more chances than I've ever seen him take. He was taking more shots down the field. He was aggressive. Outside of that one pass where Quinyon should have intercepted it, I thought he played flawless. So, I mean, the quarterback did their thing. Dallas' defense worries me about their team, and I'm waiting to see what y'all defense looks like with Jalen Carter in there.
Yeah, I mean, they did a pretty decent job on stopping the run yesterday, which they hadn't been really too good with,
right?
In the past. So that's a plus for them.
I also think that was after the adjustments though, because prior to that delay, right? That might have hurt y'all offensive line way worse than anything, because y'all had to hot cold.
It did.
But prior to that, like Saquon was eating a little bit to where you was like, all right, in the fourth quarter, this is where Saquon, he had like a couple runs for 60 yards. This is where he takes off for that 40-yard or 50-yard and ends the game. When that game got delayed and your offensive lineman got cold, that's when they started stunting and doing all that stuff and started really stopping the run. So,
and Landon Dickerson went out too.
And then Landon Dickerson goes out. Now who's that backup? Because he don't look like Landon.
Nah, he ain't that good. Nah, he's not. Even Mekhi Becton, man, he was a man mover. 6'8", like 350.
And as a guard.
Fuck yeah. But he wanted to go get that bag, and I can't, you got to take care of your family, first. But yeah, I love the way Jalen Hurts played. He was never going to force nothing. You know what I mean? He's going to, play efficiently. I didn't like that sack he took, at the end. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I mean, if it's not there, he's not going to force it.
Yeah. He's
throwing the ball, somebody's going to be open. You know what I'm saying? So he went to Dallas, got a lot. He had like 6 or 7 catches. Got one target to Jahan, was deep. We'd have loved to see AJ get in the game more, but some games, they was bracketing AJ like a motherfucker.
It happens.
And Smitty, it happens like that. He might go for 130, 140, next week. So, that's the thing you're gonna have to deal with now. Like people are gonna wanna. That's the number one is probably Saquon, then AJ.
Yep.
And then Smitty.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They're gonna want to take. So you're gonna have to pick your poison. So we're gonna have to go back and look at what Dallas did and say, all right, this is what teams are going to try to do. after that break, this is what we're gonna have to do. It's a chess match,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I think we'll be good at doing it. But again, it's a new coordinator, man. He ain't Kellen Moore, but we shall see. He's been around, so we shall see. You know, you got a tendency when you first start calling plays to be very conservative. You don't want to fuck nothing up.
Right.
So ain't like your guy. What's his name? Kingsbury. He done been a head coach. He done been a coordinator. He already got enough experience. He gonna come out slinging that shit.
Right.
So give this man some time. He only caught a bad game.
He didn't. I just think he wasn't as aggressive as he could have been, and it could have shut the game down if he would have took another shot. Especially once y'all start stacking the box.
Right.
Go over top, either one on either side. Test Bland. Test what's my man's name? Diggs. Test him.
Yeah.
Diggs is coming off a major injury. Bland is coming off a major injury. I want to see these dudes cover a pass. We never got to see it yesterday. And I think that kind of saved them a little. I don't know who they play next week, but that kind of saved them a little bit.
I think the Giants.
Do they? Okay.
I think so.
We'll see what happens next week with that. But
but yeah, them motherfuckers gonna be dangerous, bro. As they stay healthy. But I think again with a healthy Jalen Carter, I think it's a different ball game. Honestly, I don't think it's even close, but that's just my thoughts.
I think y'all win 31-20, 34-20 if Jalen.
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I really do. But hey, y'all won the game. Game 1 is in the books, and hey, a good game, man. It was a good game.
I was looking to this Giants guy. He was talking hella shit.
They was talking noise, boy.
This guy, he was like a beat reporter. You would think the Giants just won a Super Bowl last year. Where this dude was talking.
That's what's throwing me off.
He was going on the game. Oh, Terry, when receivers come back, he mentioned like Ayuk and a couple other receivers. It takes them time and all this shit he was saying. Like, yo, that's the same thing with Dallas. I was like, fuck Dallas at the end of that shit.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Talking mad shit now again. Like,
I'm ready to blow the Giants. I'm glad that they talking shit the way they are because it kind of got my mind off of last year and my mind, like I wasn't looking past the Giants or anything like that. And it don't care. It don't matter what the fuck I do. I'm a fan. It matters what my team does. But I'm like, what's up with Philly? What's up with now Dallas? I mean, now New York is like, man, hold on, yo, y'all thinking that last year was a fluke. Y'all thinking all this and all that's cool, but who the hell is on your offensive line? Your best offensive line is not playing on Sunday. Like I'm thinking about little things. I'm like, who the hell do y'all think y'all are? And this is why, like, I want to blow them out so bad. I do. I hope we don't lose that game. I want to blow them out so fucking bad. They talking so much shit. Like they won 12 games last year. Y'all won 3 fucking games last year. 3.
That's what I was telling you at the beginning. Everybody thinks they good. Everybody, like they be the sorriest team. They think that they're good. You know what I mean? They think they got a chance to win and shit. They might put up a fight the first week.
They are gonna put up a fight. They're gonna put up a fight. But you clearly gonna see who the better team is by the end too, I believe. And I okay, like I don't even want to get into it. We'll get into it. But man, then
are you worried about that D line giving y'all fits?
Hell no.
But I look at it. Look at the man in the middle is a monster. What's his name? Lawrence.
Yeah,
he's the one.
Lawrence. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, people argue if Dexter Lawrence is the best D tackle or is it Jalen Carter the best D tackle. You can go either way. I love Dexter Lawrence. Last year Tyler Biadasz owned Dexter Lawrence, and I say that humbly.
Really?
I say that humbly.
Wow.
Say that humbly. But that man was not a factor whatsoever in that game against us, either one. You know what I mean? And our offensive line has gotten better. Now, when you talk about Dexter Lawrence, that's a stud. When you talk about Abdul Carter, he has to prove himself, but that could be a stud.
Right.
Kayvon Thibodeau, we ain't got Charles Leno Jr. out there blocking your ass, dog. Right. Brian Burns, he ain't do nothing against our guard last year. We had our guard playing tackle. He ain't do shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about, I'm telling you, I'm not as worried about the edge rushers as other people are. That nose tackle is legit. Abdul Carter is probably legit. But, bro, I'm smelling Washington Redskins 2021 Chase Young, Montez Sweat, John Allen, Deron Payne smelling. Oh, yeah, you got 4. That's what I'm smelling with them, bro. I think just because the way they've been gassed and how they're gassing themselves based off of fucking preseason games. You ain't even play the starters. You play base defenses, and y'all talking about y'all about to do all this shit. Man, I don't think they're going to be as good as people think they are. I don't.
Wow.
And I hope, and if I'm wrong, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take it on the chin and I'll say I'm wrong. If they go out there and get us for 10, 12 sacks, I'll say I'm wrong. But I'm calling bullshit. I'm calling bullshit.
Y'all play what? Sunday at 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be on TV too because they got Burkhart and Brady calling that, so that'll be on TV.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be watching it. From what the Giants saying, this dude saying they got Pulse in the Debo. He gonna lock down McLaurin, some other safety, Phillips. I'm like, we gonna see. We definitely gonna see, man.
And that's another mistake they're making. If you think that you're gonna bracket Terry this year and not have anybody else, you're in for a rude awakening. A rude awakening. Do it. Go ahead. Who you gonna put Deontay Banks on him? Go ahead. Go ahead. Man, I can't.
And wait. This is the part where, like, when I was just thinking, like, they keep saying like weapons. Didn't y'all just give Jaden Daniels weapons? Look how many weapons JJ McCarthy has. Aaron Jones, Jay Jettas. They got Thielen back. The tight end they got. Yeah. So it's like we keep. You look at who Purdy has. Like, look at who Chase. Like, come on, bro. Look at Burrow has. What are we talking about? You need weapons around you to be successful. And that's what you want to do. You want to put as much weapons because you can't just take Terry out because you got another guy to worry about. And if you take him out, you got another guy to worry about. This is what you want.
Right.
So I don't know why people keep saying that. Oh, hell yeah, you need some damn weapons.
Yeah.
Me the hell out.
I mean, look at the last couple of teams outside of Kansas City when you had Mahomes and Kelsey, and he didn't have many weapons at his disposal. But it's like you still had when you had Tyreek Hill, that's a fucking enough. Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelsey ain't weapons. You're crazy. You know what I mean? And now he got Pacheco and he got Travis Kelsey and things like that. But it's who got the best, who can put the best talent on the field and play the best ball that day. Like even these super teams and shit. Then they start coming up till Twitter started coming around. You got Twitter boy. Woo!
Twitter's different.
Twitter shit, boy. Twitter's different, man. But when we talking X's and O's, good teams win games, point blank, period. You know what I mean? So, but you all individuals, all them quarterbacks still got to hike the ball and do what they got to do to win the game. So I don't take nothing away from Jalen doing it last year with y'all had a super offensive line, but y'all drafted all them motherfuckers too. So what we gonna do? Like what we supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? So
that's a fact. A lot of that super team is drafts.
Yeah.
You get mad at somebody for drafting good. Like this is what he's supposed to do. This is what he gets paid to do, to draft good.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's gonna be tested this year, man. That depth and them guys that we got, it's a different year. That's why I said people keep saying repeat. Let's take this shit one game at a time and let's see what happens. Of course, I want to repeat, but that's not my expectation at this point. It's just taking it one game at a time and getting better each week. That's my expectation.
You got to, because it's so long. I mean, even you looked at yesterday from quarter to quarter, you ain't know what was going to happen, let alone from game to game. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, like, you just can't. Like, we all have our favorites, we all have our thoughts, and we know our teams are talented enough to do whatever. But until they strap it up and do it, you never know. That's why I'm sitting here like, I want to beat them so bad, and I want to talk shit, but I'm like, I gotta wait. What if we come out and play like shit, and they come out and they stun us, and we lose 18-15, and now everybody thinks we regressed and we're not as good? All that shit's gonna come about. So it's like, let me just
if y'all lose that game, it's gonna. Oh, you already know. That's why even if we lost the game, you already know how it was gonna be. So it's like, it's pressure, man. It's pressure.
Exactly.
But I think that's a W though. That should be a W.
I do too. I'm hoping. Like I said, I won't be mad if it's a close game, but I want to blow these bitches out so bad. I don't want them to think that they even are close to us. And I bookmarked some like people on Twitter. I bookmarked a couple things. I'm like, I will be seeing your ass after Sunday afternoon, boy, because you were talking so much shit. I don't even do that shit because I don't care. They talking so much shit. I'm like,
you get into Twitter, you in a whole other world of shit. Like you gonna be that shit is like the cesspool.
Oh my God. And you got to be in. If you ain't in it, you're gonna get swallowed the fuck up. So you got to be just as shitty as everybody else on there. You'll get swallowed up. But yeah, man, it was a good game. Looking forward to Sunday for sure. And I'll be doing some blogging because Santana Moss is going in the Ring of Honor that game. I'll be there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm gonna try to go live on the channel during halftime to see if we can get some of that. And then I'll be taking some videos and stuff and probably doing like a little vlog and stuff and have that up for the people as well on the platform.
All right, cool. Yeah, I want to jump into that. Let me switch this thing real quick.
For sure.
All right, so let me jump into this story, man. So just found out, right? So Dame Dash, man, files for bankruptcy. He files for bankruptcy, man. Now he's saying that they're saying he has $25 million in debt. God damn. He's filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which is a total liquidation of everything in order to pay back, your debt. He has unpaid taxes, child support, legal judgment. He is listing his assets is very low, which I'm not going to get into that. It is what it is. We already know what it is with him.
Yeah.
He owes $8.7 million in back taxes to the IRS. The New York State Department Taxation and Finance, he owes $9 million. Los Angeles County owns another $5 million. New Jersey Division of Taxation is pursuing $3.5 million, bringing a total to $19 million that he owes the federal government. That's not counting child support or what he owes from lawsuits. A total of almost $26 million that Dame Dash owes. $650,000 in unpaid child support, bro. Unbelievable. And this is I think he has something called Bosses Take Losses. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This is bad, bro. This is bad. I get it. We get into situations, and we may have had stuff with our credit and shit when we owe somebody $900, or it's to me, it's like the same type of situation, but on a whole larger scale. So, what do you think about this, man? Because what do you think about it? It's crazy.
One, from a business perspective, I think it's an intelligent move for him to do. Right. If shit's starting to get too crazy, if the water's starting to get above your head to where you can't get above water anymore and you're starting to drown, and we're talking that kind of money, then filing for bankruptcy, no matter what it looks like, right? No matter what type of hit your reputation will take, and it's probably going to take a little bit of a hit. The ego has to be stripped in this situation. You got to do what's best for you because you still got to survive, right? So filing for bankruptcy, he's not the first to do it. He's not the first notable celebrity to do it. He won't be the last notable celebrity to do it. And hopefully this can help him start to kind of reestablish the foundation and start to bounce back. He don't look good though, man. Like from a health perspective, I hope Dame is all right. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him on the interview. He wasn't looking too good. He was speaking about Cam. The vibe wasn't that same Dame mystique that we typically get. And I'm starting to just like, I don't like the way this book is ending. And I'm not saying the book is over. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that brother still has a lot of life to live, and I want him to live a whole lot of life. But at the same time, it's just like when we remember where Dame was and throughout the years, what we've thought of Dame and what we think about him now over the last 2 or 3 years, it's just the way that this book is ending. It's a tragic ending, the way it is. When you think about the people that he was around and the relationships that he had, this man should not even be thinking about this type of situation. He shouldn't even be thinking about a bankruptcy type situation or a situation where he has to put his business out there and start talking about what debt he has here and what debt he has there. This should have never happened to a Dame Dash. You know what I mean? But ego over time, mismanagement over time, arrogancy over time, it'll kill any man. You know what I'm saying? And it looks like the chicken has come home to roost for Dame Dash. It's sad because a lot of people saying he's not a good person. He's not this, he's not that. I know our interaction with him. He was gracious enough to give us an interview. He was one of the only people to actually share clips from the interview. Like we drop things like that. He was dropping clips. He was trying to share. He was trying to, do whatever. So our interaction with Dame was a good one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only one we can go off of is our personal interaction. But to see all of this and to see how it's played out over the last few years, I hate the way the book is ending. I just do. It doesn't look good. It's sad. And man, it looks like he's just gonna have to go all the way to rock bottom before he can come back up. Really do.
Yeah, I mean, that's when you talk about like 50 Cent did it too, but there's different types.
Yeah.
Like 50 Cent, the one he did, I think it was a chapter 11 where it's like, all right, he paid it off quick. Like he was like, all right, look, I'm going to just come up with a reorganization plan. Like, I owe you 10 million. All right, I'll pay you in 3 months or 3 years, whatever the case may be. Chapter 7 is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Chapter 7 is I fucked up. I'm in the world of shit. I'm selling my businesses. I'm selling I'm selling everything. I'm closing. First of all, a lot of times you got to close your business. Yeah. You got to let a trustee of the court take over and sell it for whatever assets they can get. Like you lose total control.
Yeah.
And they sell it, and whatever you get from it, whatever they get from it, it goes to the debtors. So let's say if he owes 25 million, let's say his assets that he sells worth 5, then the case is closed. You start fresh, but your businesses, you got to shut them down. If you got properties, it just depends. Some states you ain't got to sell your properties, depending on where you at.
Right.
But for sure, like if you got anything that's an asset that's making money, that goes. You got to relinquish control of that and start over. Now for Dame, he might not give a damn because maybe I'm sure he maybe has something to other people's name where he may be just controlling it. Maybe his daughter owns a business and he's the president controlling it. That'll be the way to kind of going at, that type of situation. Like I'm just an employee on the books. My daughter's paying me. She owns it. And I'm sure he has situations like that set up. So it might not be such a bad thing, but it just goes to show a gross mismanagement of finances, bad business deals, not paying child support. He was just in a bad situation that he tried, like ego. He tried to make look very good. And this is the culmination, of the shitstorm coming to an end for him. This goes to show you, like, damn, like it was bad for you, bro. Like you don't. I hate to bring Jay-Z up, but anybody else, you're not going to see him go through a situation like this because he's paying his taxes. He's taking care of things. If he has lawsuits and shit, whatever the case may be, he's fighting them. If he loses, he's paying them. If he has bills, he's paying his bills. The irresponsible things. Now you get into situations sometimes where you just can't do it.
Yeah.
And people got to file bankruptcy. It happens. Yeah. But, does it take away from who Dame is to me? No. But he was doing a lot of fronting and a lot of ego tripping a lot of the years. That's a fact. But we can all learn from this. And like you said, that was the best possible. I've been talking about this for a few weeks ago. I was like, yo, you need to just file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Let it all go.
Yeah.
Say, I can't do it no more. Take it. All right, I'm going to start over. Sometimes it's a peacefulness and a solace.
Yeah.
And starting over and starting from scratch again.
It's like admitting to your girl, yeah, I cheated.
Yeah.
It's like admitting to your girl, I'm cheating. Like, oh,
yeah, God. Yeah. I'm gonna start with another relationship, same shit. I'm a new girl. All that shit is wiped clean. All my transgressions and all the women I was sleeping with and all that. Starting new once you get back into the same habits again. But no, I'm actually happy that Dame is going through this. Not going through it, but that he's coming out of this, I should say. And like you said, bosses take losses, baby. It's unfortunate that after you made all that money, that you're still taking those type of losses, hundreds of millions of dollars you've been through. That's unfortunate, but hey, bosses take losses, man. How you going to recover?
Dame is the type of dude that could have took this circumstance and flipped it and turned it into a gain and turned it into some money and he could have talked about and articulated how his losses affected him and how he flipped it. And it could have been something better. We've seen it happen, but his ego, I think his ego is ultimately probably the biggest thing that tore him down and got him in this situation. How he probably had to file for bankruptcy years ago, but his ego wouldn't let him do it. You know what I'm saying? And he just had to carry this facade, and he didn't want it to look a certain way. Like, bro, none of that shit matters, man. It don't. And I'm glad that I don't know what it is to kind of make him start to see that this is what he has to do. But I mean, when you get to rock bottom and the options are limited, this is something that happens, man. And hopefully he's doing well. What do you think about his health? Because he is a diabetic. He does suffer from diabetes. We've seen the eye patch over his eye. He didn't have his dentures in. Dane was out here looking crazy, man. And I wasn't laughing or trying to poke fun. I seen people obviously poking fun at him. That's the last thing on my mind, because I was thinking about his diabetes and stuff. But do you think his health is starting to deteriorate, excuse me, and you think that's affecting him as well? Like even how he's moving on a mental state.
Yeah, I mean I don't have it. Yeah. But I know people that do. You start losing limbs and shit. His eyes, teeth, all that stuff is affected. So he's almost kind of deteriorating right before our eyes. But Dame's the type of dude that'd be in a wheelchair on his back talking shit.
Yeah.
How them old men, they ain't got shit left but that mouth.
Yep.
He running his mouth about what he what I mean? He ain't got no teeth and shit. And he just, that's the type of dude he is, one of them Harlem hustlers. But
all them niggas, yep.
Like you said, it takes me back to, he always was gracious for us. He reached out to the interview, shared it, even shared other stuff that we did, prior to that. So I think that has been a positive experience. But yeah, it was looking bad for him. Hopefully he could turn things around with his health. That's the first thing that matters. Yeah. Like all this business stuff, none of that shit is going to exist, if your health is bad. But I think he has a good wife.
Yeah.
And good people around him, at least it looks like. Did you hear what he was saying about Cameron, though? he was kind of talking about how Cam's show is always attacking other black people. I don't know if you've seen that.
I didn't see that part. I seen him talking about Cam and their situation. But he ain't lying.
Yeah, he ain't lying.
If he said that, he ain't lying. You know what I mean? Right. He ain't lying at all. I know him and Cam had their things or whatever, and he ain't that show right there. Unfortunately, it's a shit talking show wrapped around sports. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't really doing nothing over there. But I ain't mad at nobody for. We sound like grumpy old men sometimes going in on some of these motherfuckers. I was talking to a young boy about it. He said, "You sound like a grumpy old man." I'm like, well, first off, you don't know shit about what's going on. But damn, if you from the outside looking in saying we sound like a grumpy old man, you motherfuckers don't even care. So I say that to say people like that bullshit. So yes, Dame is 100% right that that's all he's really doing. But for real, nobody really cares, man, because it's entertaining them. And that's all they care about, bro. And that's sad as hell. But they got the blueprint to entertain. And if you can entertain, it don't matter what levels you're willing to stoop to or who you're willing to disrespect. If you're entertaining people, you're going to win in this game nowadays.
That's like even the Kai Cenat and the Ray J thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I was kind of thinking like, man, like, I hate to kind of do like talk about the type of stuff because it kind of feel like, like you said, grumpy old man, and you just complaining. But the shit is just crazy, dog. Like, why do we got to keep doing nutty shit like this?
I'm gonna jump in the shower with another dude and we're gonna tape it and record it, and I'm gonna give off the illusion I'm gay and all this. This is wild, bro.
Yeah, like why we gotta do that? Like, who's making it? Is any hopefully somebody's paying you to do it. It's not don't make it better.
Right.
Hope you're not just doing this shit just to do it and think it's a cool skit. Out of all the skits that you can do, everything that you can do, you could throw worms on somebody's snakes.
Yep.
Put a cushion down. I don't know, anything. You got to jump butt ass naked.
Yep.
And force your way onto a dude. Because that's what it looked like. You was trying to go in there and force your way onto him.
Yep.
Hanging with you, they had the bubbles in there, like he was on there like butt ass naked and shit, standing here like this. Like, what is this? We know how we all heard the rumors about Ray J and all of that. But what and then my thing is, okay, for the adults, it's cool, fine. But how many kids watch Kai Cenat?
A lot of them. Billions. Fucking billions.
So we show our kids that stuff and people think it's cool, man. I don't know, man. It's weird.
It's super weird. But we sound like grumpy old men when we talk about it. But it's something that no matter what, I will never conform myself for entertainment purposes to stoop to those type of levels ever. I just couldn't do it. I'm not gonna sit there and I'm not jumping in no shower with no fucking dude. I'm not gonna Charleston White on spinning the dead. We'll do all this wild shit. It's just that's the ultimate selling your soul, if you ask me. People talk about selling their soul to this white devil or the Illuminati and all this shit. No, when you can get on camera and do anything for entertainment or likes or attention, you done sold your soul, bro.
Yeah.
So
that's a fact. They keep making us do this, you know what I mean? Freak shit.
Yeah.
We signing up for. So that is what it is, man.
That is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, that's I think that's everything. I don't see nothing else really going down. I think we covered everything for the day.
Yeah, for sure. I think we did good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, it.
Yeah, but yeah, man, another great episode. We definitely appreciate everybody, checking in with us.
For sure.
It's your boy Sam Ant, Viral Hip Hop News, on your brother O-Dot. Hip Hop News Uncensored together. We're the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. Over and out.
Peace.
Peace.
Woo!